Well, here's an engine that I don't steam very often at all. For those that don't know, this is a Bowman E158, the E denoting the fact that it sits on a wooden base. They seem to be considerably harder to get hold of than the comparative M158 with a mechanical base. I only tend to run this one once or twice a year. It's in totally original condition. It hasn't been polished, cleaned in any way whatsoever. And today I've had this one coupled to a small workshop. This is the one that's normally run by my little MM1 here. This is the one I recently expanded to include a rather nice sort of 1952, circa that date, early grinder. And as you can see, the little 158 is making light work of it. It's literally just been running a few minutes. I've given it a chance to get rid of the water and priming that it normally does, and it's starting to build up some revs now. The line shaft is a 1950s, early 60s screw based one, large decal. The hammer is probably a little bit later, sort of late 60s, early 70s. Obviously the E158 dates from about 1927 to 35, and this is one of the pride of my collection. This one is one of them, because there's just not a lot of the E-base or wooden-based E-Bowmans around. You have the E135, you have the E101, you have the E167, which is even rarer, and the E158 is certainly one of the favourites in my collection. It steams like all Bowmans impeccably. You can hear that grinding sound. That's the noise that the contra-rotating gear shaft tends to make. Obviously this is geared quite low, so it's turning quite slowly, but it makes a nice change to actually see this one run. And I don't run it that often, because I tend to find that the wooden base does get very hot on this one, and I really wouldn't want anything to happen to it. It's a lovely sound. I've got the drive fan twisted around because the hammer, you can obviously rotate in one direction, and I wanted to have the engine facing this way out so you could actually see the piston turning. Let's say everything on this E158 is original. There's no extra decals, paintwork, no polishing. You can see there's still a good deal amount of that lovely old dark green Brunswick green paint which they used to apply to the actual cylinders themselves. The countershaft gear wheel still has the original lacquer on it, has just the boiler, although it's darkened an awful lot now. And like I say, it just performs impeccably. Certainly for its size, it sort of packs a reasonable amount of punch. I think these, in many respects, are sort of like the jewels in the Bowman crown, if I could say that, because they've got a lovely engine unit. They're incredibly compact and small, and you know they're just such gorgeous little things. And you know, I know some people like the M122 and the 135, but I just find there's something about the little 158 that really sort of catch my eye. Very, very slowly, but doesn't need to go fast at all. Certainly a lot more powerful than the little MM1 there, which is you know, a very fast performer, and this little workshop is more than enough for it. This one comes with its original wooden box, and it's also got its original Bowman tags, which are, I think the terminology is hen's teeth or rocking horse shit, something like that anyway. Really got into its stride now. It's finished priming, and that counter shaft produces such a great reduction. These little things can really probably drive a full workshop, full mammold workshop anyway. So there you have it, Bowman E158 and a small mammold workshop. Great fun for a cold Sunday afternoon. Certainly warming up my kitchen.